Hey guys, so today I just decided to come to you guys and talk to you. I have a little time on my hands, so why not? I'm probably gonna be making a few more videos like this because it's like not content related specifically. You kind of just like talk as you go, like you kind of just wing it, and whatever comes to your mind, then that's what it ends up being about. But I actually did want to speak to you guys about something specific. I wanted to let you guys know about my experience with raising my credit score.
I'm prolific, so gifted. I'm the type that's gon' go get it.
That seems to be like really popular in the YouTube world right now. A lot of people is trying to raise their credit, figure out how to have great credit, how to rent apartments, maybe buy houses, you know, things like that. So bettering your credit is very important when taking those steps in your life. So let me tell y'all, my credit at one point was like lit, like A1. Like I would say, like at one point my credit was like 715, and that's when I was like 21 years old, and I had a platinum Amex card. Like it was just like crazy. Like, I never really had nobody to really tell me how important credit was. My mom never really told me about credit. I didn't really ever hear anything, any of my friends worrying about credit, nothing like that. Like, so I didn't really learn about credit till like I was in college already. The first college that I went to outside of high school was a community college, and that's when I guess they start sending you offers when you get to college and stuff like that, like randomly sending you offers. I don't know if the college shares your information. I don't really know how it works, but basically, like, yeah, that was the first time like I started getting credit card offers and things like that. And I started looking into it and doing some research and stuff like that, and I wound up getting my first credit card with Ep.1, shout out to y'all, for $300. And that worked out good because literally like I would max it out every month and then like literally like pay it off like 2 days later. So that's basically the research that I had did at that time. That's what they had taught me online. Like if you're like gonna use your card, just pay it off right after. Or if you're gonna use your credit card, make sure that you have the funds in your checking account before you actually use it. So basically, you're making yourself look good by using it, and you're also making yourself look even better by paying it off right away. You know, don't let it sit there, don't let it linger, because then you forget about it. Sometimes you forget that you have a balance, or you forget the due date if you're not enrolled in automatic payments, like, you know, things like that. So I just try to, you know, I tried to promote just to pay it off right away, and that's what I was doing for a while. So then I actually messed up my credit by getting a car. I got approved for to finance a car. It wasn't my first car, it was maybe like my third car at this point, but I just wanted something nicer because I was so used to just driving around in like little, you know, cars that we paid $1,600 for or $2,500, and it's like it runs into all these issues after a while of having it. Or, you know, you go on Craigslist and you find something and, oh, it's not a scam, but the car is messed up, so is it a scam? You know, stuff like that. So I just wanted something really nice, something off of a lot, something from the dealer. So I actually went and like financed a Honda Accord. And it wasn't a bad car, there was nothing wrong with it. It was actually great, it was perfect, low miles and everything. But that messed up my credit because at the time I was working in the restaurant business, and with the restaurant business it's like you make money and then you don't. So it's kind of like on and off seasons. So basically, like in the summertime, for New York, in the summertime you literally can make money from like spring, summer, all the way up until the time where school starts. And then in the wintertime it starts to get really slow, and it's like you're just like literally sitting around. As a waitress, you're sitting around waiting for tables sometimes to walk in. So it could go from you making like $200-300 on a Saturday night to a $60 Saturday night, you know. So I got the car and it started getting cold outside, and my job wasn't as busy as it once was, and I really couldn't make payments on time. And like I was just really struggling going through it. I missed some payments were late, and then that really started to kind of like tumbleweed kind of, and then it just like got out of hand to the point where I had to volunteer repossession, and like my credit score started going down. But at that point I really wasn't checking for my credit score like that. I was just like doing whatever, like, oh, trying to make ends meet, basically trying to find another job, this, that, trying to like basically just struggling. And that was like really the beginning of my credit score really going down, me tarnishing my credit score. Because on top of like paying for a car, like I was living on my own. I had to pay rent. Like I had the full responsibilities of an adult at the age of 21. Like, I mean, I guess as I should, but I mean, some of us are luckier than others, but yeah. So that was like the beginning for me. And then from there, it was just like really bad. I just completely stopped making payments on the car. They came, I met up with the guy. He came, he picked it up. And then basically the balance of the loan, basically like they put it in an auction, and whatever it sold for, I had to pay the balance after the person paid whatever the auction sold it for. So that was pretty much still high, that balance. So really like the auction probably sold it for like, who knows, a few $100s, maybe $1,000 or $2, you never know. But I basically had to pay the balance on that. And then with that sitting there, that wasn't good either, because my credit score was just like, and then I had all this stuff on my credit, and then after a while, I just not thinking and not having enough knowledge on this particular part of credit education, I started closing credit cards so I don't mess myself up, and so I don't use them. Instead of cutting them up, I close the accounts, like calling them, oh, I would like to close this account, oh, I would like to close this account, like just closing it. And that's not really good to do, because yeah, the more accounts, the more history you have, the more years of and more history you have with credit cards, the more credit card history you have is better for you. Like, it looks better. So by me closing these accounts, I basically had to start all over when I decided to get another credit card. Like, I had to start from like you're 0 years old type thing. Like, yeah. So that was that. My credit score went down to like 420, and I remember trying to get an apartment at that time, and this lady had told me like, this is the worst I ever seen somebody's credit. Like, I don't know what apartment you think you're getting with this. So I had to get like a co-signer and everything like that. So that was really bad. And then I just started doing a little more research and like really educating myself on credit and credit scores and inquiries and negative inquiries, negative remarks, and things that could be removed. And I really didn't want to pay anybody to do it, so I just started doing the research myself and seeing how I could do it. Because you're basically gonna pay somebody to do something that you could do. It's just like hiring a realtor. A lot of management companies deal with realtors and go through realtors, but you're basically paying somebody to do something that you could do yourself. Okay, so unless you don't have the time to do it, then that's different, but you could just do it yourself, whatever, like save your money. So basically, like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna start working on my credit score, like, you know. So certain things I like paid off whatever I owed. Contacted companies, oh, do I still owe you? Oh, just making sure. Oh, can you send me a letter stating that I don't owe you anymore and that we're in the clear, that my account has been brought up to positive with you guys, I'm not in the red anymore with you guys. After a while, the car had dropped off of my report. I think after like 7 years it dropped off. I think it was shorter than that, but that's what they say the timing is for something to drop off of your credit report. And it dropped off, and then I was like, okay, my credit score went up a few points. And then from there, it just started going up little by little. I was working at it, making sure I got this, I got that. Okay, this inquiry is gonna drop off after 2 years. Okay, putting little notes in my calendar like, okay, inquiry drops off in October, this inquiry drops off. Okay, two hard inquiries left. Like, you really just got to make sure that when you apply for things, credit cards, loans, whatever it is, that these people are not doing hard inquiries on your credit, that they're actually soft pulls. And if it has to be a hard inquiry, really ask yourself, like, do you really need this at this time? Like, can you afford for a hard inquiry to be put on your credit at this time? Like, are you gonna move soon? Are you gonna be trying to buy a house soon, a car soon? You know, things like important like that before you go and like apply for credit cards and things like that, because all these people do hard inquiries, and that really puts a drain on your credit report and your score as well. So my credit score really started going up, and I was getting like excited, and I'm like, yes, like everything's working out. And I went from like a 420 or 430 to now I'm at 709. And it took me a long time. It doesn't happen overnight, honestly. It took me, I would say, like 3 years to get to that, and for like a lot of hard inquiries to fall off my credit, and for my credit score to jump up. And I had to keep my my spending, I forgot what they call it, but my credit card spending, I had to keep that at a certain percentage, and everything just wound up working out. So I'm like basically in the clear now. Like, I officially have good credit. I'm working, like my goal is obviously the highest, which I think is like an 820 or something like that. So my goal right now is like 750, and then I'll move up to an 8 and then keep moving that way. But honestly, like, it's like you credit is very important, so don't just ignore it. Don't think it's something small, something like it's very important. And another thing, another tip that I could give you guys that actually works, which when I first heard about it, I didn't think like it was that serious, but it actually works because I tried it and it actually does work. So if you make sure that your name on every single account, whether it's a credit card, a bank account, your car loan, whatever it is, your student loan, make sure that your name is exact on every account. So for me, I have a middle initial of D, so some of my accounts didn't have that middle D initial, and then some did. So I changed the ones that didn't and added the D initial, and my credit score actually went up like 17 points, which I don't understand how that happened, how that works or whatever, but I actually found out about that here on YouTube. I was watching someone's video and they mentioned that, and I was like, and I was like, let me check. And I checked, and a few of them were off and didn't have the D initial, and I actually added it. And I don't know if this is the reason why my credit score went up a few points, but it definitely did go up a few points after the correction. I noticed that. So just little things like that could honestly help you out with your score increasing. So that's really my short story time experience with credit, guys. If you guys would like me to add and inform you of more things that I've been through dealing with credit and financing cars and getting apartments and things of that nature, let me know. I'll definitely do another video with more tips, more advice for you guys, because I've been like through it. I've been dragged through the mud from a 430 to now a 710 credit score. Like, get with it. Let me know, comment down below. Let me know if y'all want to see more of this, and I will definitely upload for y'all. All right, later.